We're pretty much live on vanderslot.com. All those ones. And almost there. Moonbase 13 is coming online. Looks like it. Don't count on it. Don't hold your breath. That's what they say. Which I think is kind of an awful thing. Awful thing to say. Okay. We should be good. Should be good. Okay. Today we're making a comic book. I just got back from the paper store. And boy, are my arms tired. Kidding. I like to play guitar as well. So I went and got some photocopies made of my art. It's the originals. They're about this long. So I shrunk them down on the photocopy machine. 80%, right? Just enough. If you stay around long enough and you care about making a zine or making your own like little comic book, just stick around for like 2 minutes and I'll show you how. Because it's really easy. So, but basically, like say this is the cover, right? So I gave myself a border to go by, you know, thanks to the thing at the store. You know, you can kind of pull it. In order to shrink it, you got to pull it away from the edges just a little bit, or it'll crop the edges. So you got to pull your piece out just a little bit, do a few test runs until you find that sweet spot. So I gave myself a nice little border around the edges, as you can see. And then that makes it easier for me to just do it around these two, which I'm going to do right now. So this is the cover. And you just gotta give yourself enough on the out, because you're gonna put tape on this too, so you gotta, whatever you do, just try to keep it straight as possible. Like that. I mean, that's pretty darn good. That's pretty darn good. I mean, that's good. It's pretty darn good. And get rid of that paper. And then you get another piece of paper. So this is how I do my comic books. This is just a regular 8x12 or 11.5 or whatever it is piece of paper. You fold it in half. And this makes it really easy to make comic books and zines or anything that you want more than 2 pages of. Because you can just like do 2 of these, you know, just 2 pages. Fold it in half and you got 8 pages, you know. And if you put another one in there and you put staples in it. But basically this should be the cover. And so I put that right there. And that would be the front, you know. So I just take a little bit of tape. Jeez, lint. I got lint on my tape. Hi, Rose. Hey, Ben. What are you guys doing? I wasn't expecting company. I didn't even make any tea or anything. Does anybody want some tea? So anyways, you do this. Pull out the tape, right? Little hack with any kind of tape you're working with. If it's serrated on the edge, you can tear it easier. So in order to tape it to the front and give it, you know, this cover, I'll get rid of this stuff in the back. That way you can see what I'm doing better. And I'll pull this. So I know that this is the cover, right? So you can fold it, the piece of paper, to where you want it to be like the cover, right? So it'll be the cover inside it. So you take the cover, literally, and you put it on the top. But you lay it down like this, you know, make it look all nice and even. And then you take the tape and you can actually, let me see if I can get close to the camera. It's not going to focus. My camera's a piece of crap. But you can tear it, you know, and you can just tear it in half. So then you get 2 pieces of tape. And you can do this with the big tape, like the boxing tape too. And you can turn that into, that's a lot better than the Scotch tape, you know, if you're going to be using that stuff industrially. But you always want to give yourself plenty of room in the middle, in the crease, just enough, you know, because you're going to be putting staples there, and that's where it's going to be folded over. So you just want to make sure there's no art that you don't want people to miss or whatever, you know, in the middle. So give yourself a little bit of area in the middle there. This looks about right. So I'm just going to put this on there. Crap. I'm basically going to make like one page right now. And you use less tape. You don't need like a whole big hunk of it, you know, you just need enough to tack it down. And then you got the cover, right? And so I have a back, I had another cover. I'm merging two old comic books together. So I need to find whatever I'm going to put on the very back. These are all pages. What I'll do is I'll cut these all out and I'll do the very thing. I think this might be a cool back, just like one that I never finished, you know. So it's like one that people could like finish themselves. I think that's kind of an interesting idea. So that might be the back right there. Let's just call that the back, right? Let's cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Being a product of the 80s and a child of the 90s, I can honestly say that I know my shit. Has anybody ever seen Beverly Hills Cop backwards on acid while watching Wizard of Oz? It's so trippy. Just kidding. And then you fold the paper like... No, I'm just kidding. Get rid of the paper. And then this is just a mock-up, you know? So this would be the back. Get that. Get your old trusty, disgusting old scotchy tapes again. I'm making a comic book. It's a DIY comic book for... You can make comic books on your own. For the price of... Well, I went to a UPS store here in Paso, and it was very expensive. But most shops... You know, I made 27 copies, and it was $14 frickin' dollars, and they're just one-sided. I'm like, what the fuck? What happened to 10 cents a copy kind of stuff, you know? So I'm not going to that store again. But it was the only one locally that I knew. I went to Staples, and the machine wouldn't allow me to shrink or reduce the image down to where I could fit it in an 8x12 on a excuse me, on an 8x12 piece of paper. So all hell broke loose. I let that manager have it. No, I'm just kidding. I bought them all cookies. I'm the person when somebody's getting shit by horrible people, you know, customer service, you know, and they're getting customers that are just awful. I'm one of those people that speaks up and says, "You should shut your fucking mouth." Okay, so there's the front and there's the back, right? So that gives us something to kind of play with. So this will be the back, you know, like a do it your own DIY. Do it your own DIY. Oh, wait, DIYO. Dio. I also thought of a cool name for a band. It's called Robody. Robody. Kind of like Nobody and Robot put together. I think it's really clever. And if somebody's already done it, well, I'll be a shit on a stick. Okay. So now I need to find something for the inside. And basically, this would be the last page and the first page inside, you know. So you always want to pick something. Sometimes I make certain comics that are sort of like introductions. I like saying that. Introductions. They have a somewhat like this one, for example. It has the, you know, Storie Grubb, and, you know, it looks like a title for like the name of the comic strip kind of thing. So I always look for something like that just to kind of start the zine off. There's a lot more pages here than I thought. Akbar, what are you doing? What are you doing? I want to know. This one doesn't even have words. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, this one's good. Not that one, though. Oh! I gotta find just the right one. Akbar, I gotta find just the right one. I'm just gonna call this channel Akbar with Storie Grubb from now on, just so you know. Hey, oh shit, Rose, I didn't even know what that said. What? Guess what? If you're still watching, what? I've been trying to guess for at least 3 seconds now. This one's too. It's like it's December. It's talking about December 2022. That's when I drew that. That's a good one. I complain too much. I like that one. That one's a little bit too black and white. Yeah, I don't know. This one, yeah, it's too sexy. Yeah, there's too much sex going on. Ooh, what's this? Oh my gosh. Nope, not that one. Oh, ooh, perfect. This is a good one. This is a perfect one. Okay, I got it. I found the first page. Akbar, it's the first the insider page, just so you know. Okay. Whoa. Where are you going? You're going out of state? Are you gonna go kill people in a war, Rose? Rose, don't hurt people. Don't kill anybody. Don't kill anybody on our account, Rose. No, that's cool. Congratulations. That's really cool. That's more than cool. That's awesome. You should be proud of yourself. See, that's the kind of like personal news from my little people. Is that offensive? My followers, my subscriptors. I like that better than like subscribers. I like that better than everything else that I get from my subscriptors, Rose. I can barely even pronounce your name right, Rose. This one's very long. Look at this one. But it fits perfectly. Oh my gosh. So that'll be the inside. And over the years, man, I've learned this through trial and error. And hold on a second. I want to show you something really cool. Because when it gets to when you go and get photocopies made, always gotta have the right stapler. I was talking about this stapler about a week ago or so. But now I can show it because I found it. So it's a big long one. It's a big long stapler. And you can move this thing, wherever you want. Like when a page is in half, for example, which this one, because you don't staple them folded, obviously, you staple them like this. When you go and make the copies, you put them together. I put out all the copies, like whatever, how many pages, 7 pages, whatever it is. And then I just make the comics, and then you put the comic under here, like right there. I guess it would be like this because the staples go from the outside in. But you can make it to where this is like, you could just gauge it to where it's like the perfect spot for the crease and just like hammer through them. You can make 50 of these things in 20 minutes once you get it down. I always, like when I was a kid, I always liked watching machines work. Simple machines like photocopy machines, and like how like inkjet printers work, or not inkjet maybe, but the old school ones where they go like the Xerox ones where they go like that. And I used to like emulate that when I was drawing, when I was filling in spaces like in the background and stuff like that. I would just go like, like I would imagine myself as a robot. Just so they talk about AI as if it's like something new, but I'm telling you, it's been here for at least 20 minutes. You good? Well, that's not the kind of attitude I want to hear from you, Rose. The Titanic didn't sink in one day. Actually it did. But you know what I'm getting at. You can't go into it with that kind of attitude. You gotta go up there thinking, you know what? I came here to do 2 things: chew some bubble gum and shoot some bow and arrow stuff. Looks like I'm almost out of bubble gum. You know what I mean? Like, go up there like that. Not that you're gonna conquer the world, but that you're just gonna have fun and kick some ass. How about that? I think that's the way I would hope that you would go, anyways. Because that's the way how I approach like doing anything, like even just going to the bathroom. I'm like, all right, I gotta pump myself up. It doesn't happen overnight. The Titanic sinks overnight, but nothing else happens overnight. It's the Titanic. Okay, so that's the back. I'm gonna put that down a little bit right there. I'm lollygagging now, but I'm just gonna tighten up this shit. That way it doesn't sink. I'm talking about Titanic. Better look out for my own backyard. And make sure when you do photocopies of it, you just want to make sure, unless, because I don't really care if you can see the tape, but I like the tape because sometimes you can see hair inside the tape. So I always like my tape to be very clean. I'm kind of a weirdo when it comes to putting these together. But that way, when you get to the place to make them, all you have to do is go in there, spend 10 minutes pumping out a bunch of copies, and getting the hell out and getting home and stapling them together, and then going on with your business. You would think that would be obvious, but when I go into places like that, I hate just like lollygagging and stuff So, yes, I use that word lollygag, and I do apologize. Okay. But also, Rose, you'd probably do a lot better than I would. So, okay, now I gotta find one for the back. I wonder how many pages this is gonna make. These are all different ones, so. Whoa, I like this one. The last box, it says, well, the last ones are down here. It says, through our blood and bone, the spark continued. Imagination was on the menu to fill the last 2 boxes. Finish things abruptly. I think that'll be the last page. So now, I found my first page and my last page. This one's kind of wider than the other one, so I'm going to go a little bit closer in. Like I said, trial and error, but you can't make mistakes, especially when you're doing zines. I'm just a little bit anal when it comes to this kind of stuff. I don't think I'm allowed to say it the other way. I'm just pretty anal when it comes to my lines and getting things right. Down here it doesn't matter so much, but I still want to trim that. Holy crap. A bird just flew out of my nose. Goodbye, Lucy. Okay, there's the last page. Cool. I'm going to make longer pieces this time. I hope you're learning something today, because I certainly am. I'm learning not to talk to strangers. Okay, I'm going to put it down in the middle just because it is a little bit, it's wider and a little bit fatter than the other one, so I'm going to center it, or I might put it down, and then afterwards I can go back and I can write something right here, like anything I want. That's the beauty of these things, If you feel like you mess up or whatever, want to go a different route, just do it. You can cross things out, you can add stuff, and then go and photocopy it. You can add page numbers. That way when you fold it up, you put all the pages in, like it would actually have page numbers. I don't do that because my thoughts are just random. And it's not a matter of pages. It's the kind of thing where you just can open it up and just start anywhere in this, and it would probably, it's vague enough that it would probably, be somewhat relatable. Not vague enough, it's just relatable. I like art that's relatable. I like music that's relatable. Doesn't have to be, but I think it's fun when people can put themselves into your shoes. I don't want to put the tape right there. Voila. Like a glove. And give it a little shake, a little test. So there you go. I mean, and even this could just be its own thing. All you have to do is go and make double-sided copies of this. I mean, this could be a mini comic book. And then all you have to do is fold it and hand it out at shows. Put that on there. That way it just stays better. There we go. You know what I mean? But all you have to do is I have enough to make another couple of these things. So what I'll do, and these will be like the proofs, So I'm going to put them all together and then, go and make photocopies of each one, maybe 10 of each page. Bring all those home and have however many that makes. And then you just have your own little comic books or zines or whatever you want. But also, you know, if you're at the place, I use really dark lines and stuff and black backgrounds and stuff because it just the photocopy you got to use them if you're gonna be knowingly using the photocopy machines. It's best not to shade with like a ballpoint or write with a ballpoint. Always get like a marker, and it'll like pop up. The words will just be better and better. It just transfers better, you know, through photocopy machines. I was trying to describe that the other night because back in the day I used to shade all the time, but then I realized when I was shading, when you photocopy it, it kind of looks like crap, you know? It looks all splotchy and stuff, but when you cross hatch and do bold lines and dark, use the, you know, the contrast, just bring the contrast up on the machine too that you're printing it on, and usually it looks pretty darn good. So that's what I shoot for anyways, you know? It doesn't have to be perfect, but that's what I shoot for. I'm gonna make another page now. Or I'm gonna make another page in the country to die. All right, here we go. What I should probably do is actually just cut out all of these. I think that's what I'll do. That way I can see what I'm working with. And it's a pretty relaxing thing to do. Just cut things up, bury them under the floorboard. Oh, I mean the recycled paper, extra paper. Okay, let's wait for a second. I'm gonna get these. Just make it easier on the future. Future me will thank the past me, which is the now me. I can already hear him saying, thank you. But you always want to give yourself a little bit of room, you know, for the tape. You don't want the tape covering your words unless it's absolutely necessary. I'm cutting it a little close, literally. Did you hear that? Cutting it close. That's so silly. But it's true. Okay. Sorry, the angle. Maybe if I move over here, that'd be a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. And you can't be wishy-washy. You just got to do it. This is what I like to do sometimes. If you get too much excess and you're really trying to just tear that off. It's not going to mess with it as long as you go the right way, you know? And then you have a nice clean area to work with, you know? Just make sure wherever you threw that, you didn't throw it on some kind of pile of paper, because if that stuff catches fire, it burns. I don't know if you know, paper burns. I don't know if you know this. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why I was grabbing it like that. I'm cutting it a little bit close. If they were smaller, I would give it more of a border. If they were a little bit smaller, but they're just about the right size precisely for the page that I'm going to put them on. So since I've done this before, I'm cutting them a little bit close just so it fits nice and easy. But otherwise, I'd be saying just be careful and give yourself more of a border. Thankfully for me too, this is more of just like an experimental comic strip thing. I just sat around for like a week and busted these all out. Back when I lived in Portland, Oregon, I lived. Somebody broke into my car, and I guess I didn't, that was like the one time I didn't lock my stupid doors. And I used to have these monkey masks, like these gorilla masks and this big like weird crazy chimpanzee mask and stuff. But I had like suits and stuff too, like the hairy suits, and I had them all over my I had them over my chairs in the front seat, and then I had the masks on the two front seat, the passenger and the driver's seat. And somebody broke into my car, and there's like nothing in there worth stealing, and except for like a Moody Blues CD or something. And it seems like they got, annoyed. Oh, that's kind of big. I don't know if it's gonna fit. Jeez, that's large. It seems like they got annoyed because, there wasn't anything to steal, so then they just stole my monkey masks. And I hope they wore them. I hope they wore them because I pooped in them. That's right. Not only were they meant to deter them, like scarecrows, but I pooped in them just in case somebody did steal them, and if they ever put them on, they'd get my poop all over their face. I'm just kidding. That's disgusting. But now that I think about it, I'm going to start doing that from now on. Don't know if anybody cares, but neither do I. Well, I'm going to poop in monkey masks and put them on the passenger and driver's seat and rest of my big buckaroo truck. I'm getting there, folks. I'm two sentences away from being done with my light year Cowboy 1000 3000 album. Yes, it's the prequel to my last album, which was Decade 1, Black Choke'em, the early years. And nobody thought I could do it, but I did it. Not that anybody noticed or cared. Here I am. Rock and roll, rock-a-fire, living in the lonely in the country life. That's right. All right. Here we go. It's all coming together. Okay, I got a joke. Knock, knock. Anybody? I thought for sure Thermo would say something. Perfect. Just a few more to go. Oh my God, there's a lot of pages. Look me in the eye when you cry, baby. Don't look at the calf. The mother bull is sitting over there. That's a Jersey stare running after her. The Jersey stare running clear. The red, white, and blue Christmas in America. It's one I've been working on for about 13 years. But it's been difficult trying to write that one because I get so much hate mail. And I have to wait just for the right letter to come along and influence me the way I want it to. Because hate is a powerful drug, friends. It's not worth living in. It's not worth living in, I'll just tell you that much. Now I can just start laying it down. Laying it down. Let's see. I'm going to have to fold it just so I can see the crease. I always tell myself I want to use better paper, like stronger paper, but that's pretty darn perfect. And then at this point, since these aren't really, it's always good to have like an inside page and last page, last inside page just to sum things up, but not even that's necessary. But now I can just cut and paste these, or I guess I literally cut them, and now I can tape them, paste them into their own little pages. And again, I could leave like some on the top or the bottom, or think I'll do that. I'm going to add it there just enough. There we go. Sometimes it doesn't work out the way you want. I know how that cookie crumbles. Come on, baby. Come on, give me the tape back. Come on now. Come on now. I didn't mean that. Oh, perfect. Right at the last second, it denied me. Oh, crap, that's too high. Okay. Oh, shite. Good Lord. Get off me, tape. I thought we were friends. Tape's like, I don't have friends. You can't see it, but it's exactly what I was talking about. There's like a little red fiber in there, and that drives me crazy. I'm going to have to call the governor. Get him to fix that. Sometimes I hear people outside walking by, and I want to scream. It's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Well, hello, Catherine. Who's there? I was going to say, who? And then some of you would have had to have said, hoo-hoo. And I just think that's funny. Yeah, hoo-hoo. That's it. You just made my day. Thank you. It doesn't take much to impress a cowboy. It doesn't take much at all. It doesn't take much to kill a cowboy. Wait, kill it? Wait. You shoot him in the heart. No, wait, no, dang it. It doesn't take much to make a cowboy happy. But Catherine just did it by saying hoo-hoo. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. There we go. Even though I'm from Britain, I still like to get down with the boogie woogie. That was pretty funny. That was the Hoo Hoo song, written by Jordan Spangler back in 1933. He was actually trying to write a song about the atomic bomb. And then his wife did something quite unexpected. She dosed him in LSD of some kind, long before it had ever even been invented. Something about mold, black mold, on a Monday morning. But the coffee was great, and so John did what he could. I forgot the bastard's name. It's not worth mentioning, really. But I love his name. It's very catchy. Shit, it did it again. Don't do that, tape. You don't mess with me like that. I will win. And I will get even. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Absolutely wonderful. Hey, I'm not talented. You're talented. You're the one showing up and watching. I'm only as talented as the village will allow me to be. This is the village of art clubs. Art club in the house. We've got an art club in the bathroom. Upstairs in the attic. Art clubs everywhere. Little rodents running from me, like they're running from the light. Demons on the ground before me, kneeling before me, trying to make me feel alright. Little beautiful hairy demons running on the carpet in front of Grandma again. Merry Christmas in Pakistan, they said Merry Christmas again. Isn't it the United States of Pakistan now? Aren't we? Haven't we totally? I mean, what? But golly gosh darn dang! Haven't we taken over that whole region by now? Come on! I really want to. I can't wait to taste the poppies that come from that area. Living in Afghanistan, growing poppies for the U.S. government. Poppies everywhere. Illegal shit and war. At my very front door. Countrified Alabama. America 2 + 2 = 5. Dead or alive, get off my lawn. America survives. I had something there. There was something there. You can't deny it. You can't. I'm just kidding. I'm just making a page. All right. It's quite a, oh shit, sorry for moving the camera. Lo siento to my Spanish speaking friends. And I'm very sorry for the people who don't like people who whistle while they talk. I couldn't do it. I tried though. I really did. Goodbye, Catherine. Like two ships in the night, we drift apart and out of each other's lives. But I can see you from here. Yes, Catherine. Am I supposed to be getting back to work? Was it a jab? I can see you, Catherine. I'm still outside. I'm smoking my cigarette before I come back in on Subway. I don't want to make any more sandwiches right now, Catherine. It was a 10-minute break. It's been 12. I need 13. Give me a break. I know you're the manager, but cut me some slack, god damn it. You passive-aggressive loony bin. Hello, Jordan. Just joshing with you, Catherine. I do love you. Hello, Jordan. I love you too. What did the weasel say to the whack-a-mole? He said, good day. Gotta go. That's about it. Got kind of sad after that. The whack-a-mole died of loneliness. And that's why he was ever so elusive. You break a whack-a-mole's heart, you're never gonna find peace. You're just gonna find pieces. Right now, I'm taping up another page. I hope that somebody watching isn't named Paige because their ears are burning. So yeah, I just constructed one more page. So when I get to the photocopy place, you put it down, and then you don't do anything weird except that you just, when you have to do a two-sided print page or whatever photocopy, you just turn it over like this, just like that, and then it picks up this stuff. So that's a page. And then if you really want, you can put the two together and do like a mock-up of the comic book. So that's the cover. That's the first page. And this would be the second page, essentially, with the fold. Once it was stapled. And then it goes like that. So you're leaving plenty of space in here for staples. And for when it is folded, depending on how big it is too, because I've gotten to a point where they were like, well, maybe like 10 pages or something, which is 20. So you have to staple through 20 pages sometimes, or whatever, or 10, I guess, pages. But when you fold it over, that gives you 20 pages. But yeah, maybe it was more than 10. It was probably like 13 pages, because it was like 33 pages altogether, something like that. It wouldn't. 33 doesn't make sense, because it would be even, but still. But yeah, this is just I could look at it right here and be like, oh, okay, this is what it's sort of going to look like, But I still have all of these that I need to cut, or tape to this. If anybody would like some biscuits, just let me know. My grandma's in there making them right now. I can have it. She doesn't mind. They call her Deathbed Dorothy. I don't know why. She's been on the apparently on the deathbed for 13, 14 years now. Nobody can explain it. Nor can they explain me accent. Okay. This one is like really long. And it goes right to the edge. So that's tough. What I'm gonna do though is, actually that might work just fine. I just need to cut this side down. Move it over just a little bit. As long as you're gentle with it, you don't have to have tapes on all sides. You can just kind of tack it on there, so to speak. I'm going to trim this a little bit more. Plus, like I said, I don't care if you can see the tape most of the time, but I like it to be as clean as I can possibly get it. Sometimes you just can't avoid. Once you get home, you're going to find things you're like, oh shit, it barely fits. So you got to trim a little bit or get kind of creative. But that's what it's all about. And that's what makes it so much more worth it when I keep moving the stupid phone. I'm sorry. When it's all said and done. Just make sure you get the edges because they like to fold. Perfect. Hey, Grandma, no, they don't want any tea. No, they don't want Kool-Aid either, Grandma. They haven't been following me that long to get the Kool-Aid yet. No, yeah. No, I need money first and gold and... Yeah. You're good. Love you. Sorry. Oh, was that on? Oh, shit. I didn't have that on mute, Grandma. I should have had that on mute. Oh, I had an itch on my ankle. I think this one's too wide. But this is the one that's like about Portland. And the other ones are very abstract, so I want to... Maybe I'll just leave this out for now. I'll put this one there instead. Give it some room to breathe. Hey, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. So yeah, right now, for those people that are coming and going, right now I am diffusing a bomb. It's as easy as breaking into a car, really. Depends on the car, of course. The only way I can usually break into a car is if it's a 1953 and its windows are down. I'm not really good at breaking in unless the windows are down, and I can just like reach in, unlock it, and break and open the door. You know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at. All right. What about these two? That one's pretty wide as well. Ooh, this is promising. I'm gonna have to cut the sides. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. And the gods are shining down upon you. And evil and everything with it is coming. I mean, everything good and wholesome is coming your way. Man, this one's really wide. I think it'll be okay. I just want to go back to the past version of me and just say, what were you doing? What were you thinking? Perfect. Now I can put this in the middle here. Keep the centers from moving too much. Got yourself another page. So that's 3, so that altogether I have, technically on the insides, I count the insides as pages, the outsides are, back and front. So right now I have 4 pages. So I'm gonna have enough for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 more pages. So that would be 16 pages altogether on the inside, which isn't too shabby. Unless your name is shabby, and then it's probably just kind of redundant. This one's really wide. That's not too bad. I need to move that over. And the reason I kind of brought that down from the top is because I'm going to write something right here or add something to this right here. That way when I photocopy it, it'll fill in the space more. Let's do this one, and then we'll do this one. These ones are just absolutely up close. I mean, the black, it just looks really good. Got another page. Last page. So I'll use this one after all. Looking forward to just going inside. You know, I might set up my TV in my room. That way I can watch movies and stuff. Or at least DVDs. I feel like just vegging out on something silly. One of my old favorites. I'm not sure what that is though. But watching it on the big screen, which isn't that big. But it's better than my tablet. Oh shit. Okay. Try not to touch that again, I'm sorry. Hey. Yeah? That freaked me out. I thought something was wrong. But my aunt was just making sure my cat had been fed. My cat went running over there. Alright. And now these two on the inside. This one is very, very wide. I'm going to have to trim it really close. last but not least, and there you have it. So now, in no particular order, all you have to do is find the front. And now, these pages are, besides these gaps that I'm gonna fill in with something like some kind of word, I don't know, something. This would be the cover in the back. Then all the middle ones go in there. And this is kind of like a mock-up, just so you can see what it would look like, you know. When I say you, I don't necessarily mean you, I mean anybody who does this too, you know. Then you can be like, oh, okay, that works, or that doesn't work, or maybe I'll switch these pages, or it flows better, because when you look at them randomly side by side with these other pages, then the whole thing changes, you know. And so sometimes it doesn't flow well, but I think no matter what I do with these, they'll flow well because they're very similar, and they'll be somewhat cohesive. So, and that's the middle. Yeah, all hypothetical, but I mean, because you can definitely do it to where you can have like a full-on story, obviously, but I just like each page is like its own little thing, like a poem or a thought or something, you know. So it's just random. It doesn't really matter from A to B what's going on. But you could definitely make a story out of it and just line it up, you know, right first on these blank ones, or on the what do I call them? The primers, or the proofs, I guess. So yeah, so my next trip would be to the photocopy place to do double-sided copies of these, and I'd probably start off with like 10, and then come home, staple them all together with my staple there, and then you have 10 comic books, and the world smiles with you. That's how the West was won. And 2 and 3. And a prequel coming this summer. Alright, everybody. I just wanted to say hi and teach you how to do that. And I did that, I don't know how long I've been on here right now. Oh, an hour ago. So, yeah, from cut to finish, it took me about an hour to do this. And then probably like once I get the copies made, it'll probably take me 10 minutes to put 10 comic books together, if that. And then you can just give them out to whoever you want, wherever you want, whatever you want. On that note, y'all take care of yourself, and you be nice to each other. You be kind. You know, why not? And hopefully talk to you later. Thanks for the company. I appreciate it.